All right. In this video, I'm sharing my screen. We're gonna find the tax assessor for a lead that's in Bibb County, which is located in Macon, Georgia. I'm going to use this as an example. So just remember, wherever you're pulling your leads from, wherever you're getting your leads from when you're doing your drive for dollars, you want to go to that county's tax assessor site in order to find out who owns that property. So for training purposes, I'm going to use Bibb County, which is located in Macon, Georgia. So what I would type in the Google search engine is Bibb County. See, it's already pulling up for me because I do it all the time, but I'm going to kind of like type it out. As you get to doing it, it's going to start pulling it for you where you have to type in the whole word. So I type in Bibb County Tax Assessor. As you can see, it pops up right here. So you just click on it. Now, as you can see, it's showing Bibb County Q Public right here. That's what I was explaining to you earlier, that in the state of Georgia, in most counties, this is going to pop up, which this is the correct link to click on to get to that county's tax assessor site for that particular property. But as you can see, there are multiple links on here that you can click, but they're not the right ones. Like this is Macon Bibb County Tax Property Garbage, Macon Bibb County Board of Tax Assessor, Macon Bibb County Tax. Those are not the ones that we want. Now, in some counties, you're just going to click on that county's tax assessor site. It won't say qpublic.net. It'll just say that county tax assessor site, something to that degree, and you'll just click that. But if you're in the state of Georgia, most counties, it'll look like this. It'll say qpublic.net. The Schneider Corporation, you'll just click on it, and it'll take you to it. And then here you go. You have search by owner name, search by location, address, search by parcel number, search by Realkey account number. Okay, we don't know who owned the property as of yet. That's why we're going to the tax assessor site to find out. So we don't want to use that search engine. We're not using the parcel number. We're not using the search by Realkey or account number. We want to use the property's address because we have the address, we have the information. So that's what we're going to use in order to find out who owns the property. So for training purposes, I'm going to type in the address. As you can see how it pops up. So when it starts to pop up, that lets you know you have a correct address, because if you don't have a correct address, you won't have a pop-up block. You want to see that pop-up block. So when you see it, you click on that, boom. It takes you right in to the next page. So in here, now you can see the information on the property. As you can see, here's the owner information. This is the owner's name. This is the it's two owners for this property. This is the first owner. This is the second owner. So you will write both of those owners' names down, and this is their mailing address. And you'll also write down that mailing address for when you get to your skip tracing module, because you're going to definitely need that information when you get ready to skip trace. And then also what it shows the heated square footage. It shows the year built. It shows number of bed and baths. It shows what condition it is in. For this training purposes, I don't care about the condition for this particular property. I'm just not a property that I'm looking to do a deal with. I just typed it in for training purposes so you can get a full understanding on how this works, okay? And so it'll give you the sales information. This property sold back in 1989 for $23,500. It actually tell you the reason. It was conversion of past sales. It tell you who was the seller at the time, or the grantor. It also shows you who was the grantee at the time, or the buyer. And the buyer means the same thing, right? And so that was the buyer. This was the seller at the time. Okay? And then it gives you other information as well. it gives you information about what the current value of the property is. So like this particular property is saying that it's worth $37,530 for the year 2024. 2025 have not came out yet because we just got into a new year, so we have to give it time to update. And also it'll show you land value, which is $3,300. And another cool feature it has, if you click on at the top, if you find my cursor, you click at the top on maps, it'll show you an overview of that property and the area it's in. And if you click on another one, it'll pop up that property's owner information, and all you gotta do is click on report right there, and it'll give you that information for that particular property. So that's one of the cool things about it. So like that's why I was saying, if you did like a if you didn't do a drawing for dollars and you did a Google map search for leads, this is a cool way to click on the maps to find out who the owners are. You can actually do like a somewhat of a Google map through the tax assessor to find out properties and to show you pictures. They're not always updated right then, but you know, it's another way to do it if you don't have a vehicle. You know what I mean? So if you don't have a vehicle, you got to start somewhere and do what you have to do and until it gets better, right? But this is where you go to find out the information for the property. Let me go back to the one we're currently on. All right. So that's what you do. You go to your county's tax assessor site, type in that address, and then it pops up. You want to write down the address, the mailing address, the name of the owner. You want to write down the information about the property, such as square footage, the year built, bed and baths, and also the value of the property. As I mentioned before, on the tax assessor site, the information is not always accurate with the value of the property, but it is something to go off of. Hope this is helpful for you. See you on the next slide.